Sometimes a game isn't just something you play. It becomes a place you lived for a while, a memory that sticks with you like an old song. Today we're looking at 20 masterpiece single-player games you can't miss. And honestly, I feel like these are the kind of experiences every gamer should go through at least once. Not because they're popular or award-winning, but because they leave something behind. A feeling, a story, a moment you catch yourself thinking about months later. Some of these worlds are huge and wild. Some are quiet and emotional. A few might even frustrate you in the best way possible. You know how that goes. But each one earned its place here for a reason. So sit back, relax, maybe grab a snack, and let's start exploring the games that remind us why we fell in love with gaming in the first place. There's something special about The Witcher 3. You don't just play as Geralt, you sort of step into his life. One moment you're wandering through quiet villages, the next you're hunting down monsters under a stormy sky, and every choice you make feels like it leaves a mark on the world. The characters stay with you, especially when you find yourself attached to someone you never expected to care about. The complete edition just makes it even better, with expansions that feel like full stories on their own, filled with bittersweet moments, humor, and fights that actually make your heart race a little. It's a game that doesn't rush you. Instead, it invites you to get lost, take your time, enjoy the scenery, and let the journey pull you in naturally. It's like a video game, and more like a slow, tragic story you live through. You ride across open plains with nothing but the sound of hooves and wind, and it hits you how real this world feels. Arthur Morgan isn't just a character. He's someone you watch grow, struggle, laugh quietly with his gang, and break in ways you don't forget. The pacing is calm, almost reflective, like the game wants you to breathe with it, to look around and appreciate the world it built. Hunting, fishing, bar fights, or just sitting by a campfire at night, everything feels personal. And when the story finally reaches its peak, well, let's just say it stays with you long after the credits fade. Elden Ring is the kind of game that doesn't explain itself, and that's part of what makes it so addictive. You're dropped into a massive, mysterious world with almost no guidance, and instead of hand-holding, it lets curiosity pull you forward. Every hill, every cave, every weird creature in the distance feels like it could lead to something incredible or something that will wipe you out in 2 hits. And honestly, both feel exciting in their own way. The combat is tough but fair, and when you finally take down a boss you've been stuck on for hours, that victory hits different. The freedom to build your character, explore at your own pace, and uncover hidden parts of the lands between makes the whole journey feel like your own personal legend. It's challenging, sure, but in a strangely beautiful and rewarding way. Skyrim Special Edition feels like a world you never really leave, even after you stop playing. There's this calm magic in wandering through snowy mountains, stumbling into hidden caves, or hearing the distant howl of a dragon somewhere above the clouds. You create your own story here. Maybe you're a stealthy assassin sneaking through the shadows, or maybe you're the type who charges into battle shouting like you actually are the Dragonborn. The freedom is what makes Skyrim unforgettable. You don't follow a strict path, you carve one out yourself, and every side quest, every strange NPC, every moment of discovery builds a story that's uniquely yours. It's that kind of game you come back to years later just to feel that sense of adventure again.
Still alive, prisoner? Keep close to me if you want to stay that way. Gunnar, take care of the boy. I have to find General Tullius to join the defense. God's guide you headlong.
Cyberpunk 2077 pulls you into Night City in a way that feels overwhelming at first, like stepping into a neon-lit future where everyone has a story and everything has a price. You play as V, but the world makes you feel like more than just a character, especially when you start getting tangled in choices that aren't easy, morally or emotionally. The city is alive, loud, chaotic, and sometimes heartbreakingly lonely, which is what gives it personality. Combat feels slick. Hacking feels powerful, and the story hits harder than most people expect once it gets going. And as you grow with these characters, especially the ones who feel flawed and real, you start to realize Cyberpunk isn't just about chrome upgrades and cool jackets. It's about identity, survival, and what it means to dream in a world built to break you. Assassin's Creed. Valhalla puts you in the shoes of Eivor, a Viking with a thirst for adventure and a story that feels bigger than just raids and battles. Riding through lush, misty landscapes, raiding villages, or settling in new territories, you really feel like you're part of a living, breathing world. The game balances epic, cinematic moments with quiet, personal ones like chatting with your clan around a campfire or watching the northern lights flicker over a frozen fjord. Choices matter, alliances shift, and every exploration feels rewarding. It's a mix of history, mythology, and just pure, satisfying Viking chaos that makes you want to keep wandering, fighting, and discovering more. Horizon Forbidden West is one of those games that just makes you stop and stare at the world it built. Aloy's journey through lush jungles, towering ruins, and mechanical beasts feels alive, and the scale of everything around you is breathtaking. Combat is thrilling, mixing bows, gadgets, and strategy against machines that are both beautiful and terrifying. But beyond the fights, it's the story and the quiet moments like climbing a cliff to watch a sunrise or exploring hidden valleys that make it stick in your memory. There's a sense of wonder in every corner, a mix of tension and peace, and it's easy to get lost for hours just soaking it all in. Ghost of Tsushima is one of those games that makes you feel like you're actually living in feudal Japan. Whether you're riding across golden fields, sneaking through bamboo forests, or dueling under a stormy sky, every moment has this cinematic beauty that sticks with you. Jin's journey isn't just about fighting Mongols, it's about honor, sacrifice, and finding your own path between tradition and what's necessary. The combat is precise and satisfying, the exploration serene yet tense, and the story, well, it hits you in subtle ways that linger long after the credits roll. Sometimes you'll even pause just to watch the wind sweep through the grass and think, yeah, this is exactly why I love games. Baldur's Gate 3 is like stepping into a living, breathing tabletop campaign where every choice truly matters. From the moment you create your character, you feel the weight of your decisions, who you trust, who you fight, and even how you talk to the people around you. Combat is deep and tactical, making each encounter feel like a puzzle you can solve in multiple ways, and the story reacts to you in ways that make it feel personal. The companions you meet aren't just side characters, they have personalities, motives, and moments that make you laugh, cringe, or even tear up. It's immersive, complex, and somehow feels both epic and intimate at the same time, giving you a world to get completely lost in. Dragon Age. Inquisition is one of those games where the world feels enormous, alive, and full of secrets waiting to be uncovered. You step into the role of the Inquisitor, leading a team through political intrigue, dangerous lands, and moral choices that genuinely make you stop and think. The companions are memorable, with their own personalities, backstories, and quirks that can make you laugh, roll your eyes, or even feel emotional. Exploration is rewarding. You can wander fields, mountains, and ruins and always find something unexpected. And the story? It's grand, layered, and full of moments that make you lean back, take a deep breath, and just appreciate the world you're part of. Fallout 4 drops you into a post-apocalyptic world that's both dangerous and strangely alive. Wandering the ruins of Boston, scavenging for supplies, or building settlements, you get this mix of tension and creativity that keeps the game fresh. Your choices, from dialogue to who you trust or fight, actually shape the story and the world around you, and that feeling of impact never gets old. Combat can be intense, especially when a group of super mutants shows up out of nowhere, but there's also a charm in exploring hidden corners, discovering stories left behind, and piecing together the history of this shattered world. It's gritty, funny at times, and addictive in that quiet, immersive way only Fallout can pull off.
Found them and they do not look friendly.
Persona 5 Royal is one of those games that sneaks up on you. On the surface, it's a stylish, colorful life sim about school, friendships, and daily routines. But underneath, it's this deep, emotional journey about justice, identity, and standing up against a corrupt world. The turn-based combat is sharp, strategic, and surprisingly satisfying, and the way you build relationships with your team makes every dungeon crawl feel personal. The music, the art, the dialogue, it all just clicks together in a way that makes you want to stay up late, even if you know you've got work tomorrow. Honestly, it's a game that lingers in your head long after you put the controller down.
Come, you're mine.
Mass Effect Legendary Edition is like diving into a sci-fi saga that feels both epic and personal at the same time. You play as Commander Shepard, making choices that ripple across the galaxy, deciding who lives, who dies, and how civilizations survive. The crew you gather isn't just a set of characters. They become friends, allies, and sometimes heartbreakers in ways you don't expect. Space battles, alien worlds, and tense diplomacy all mix with quieter moments of humor or reflection that make the galaxy feel lived in. Playing through the trilogy in this remastered edition just adds polish, making every decision, every cutscene, and every moment of exploration feel sharper, deeper, and unforgettable. Starfield is that rare kind of game that makes you feel small in a huge, infinite universe, and yet completely in control of your own adventure. You can pilot your ship to distant planets, explore abandoned colonies, or just float in space and soak in the stars. It's stunning how immersive it feels. The story gives you freedom to make choices that actually matter, and the characters you meet, whether allies or rivals, leave impressions that stick. Crafting, combat, and exploration all blend seamlessly, so whether you're fighting off space pirates or discovering a hidden settlement on a frozen world, it feels rewarding every step of the way. It's ambitious, vast, and honestly, it's the kind of game you can lose entire weekends to without even noticing. Divinity. Original Sin 2 is like playing a tabletop RPG, but better because it's all on screen and responds to everything you do. The story is rich and full of twists, the world is reactive, and your choices genuinely shape how events unfold, sometimes in hilarious or totally unexpected ways. Combat is tactical, smart, and incredibly satisfying, rewarding creativity over button mashing, and co-op adds another layer of chaos and fun if you want it. The companions are memorable, with their own motives and personalities, and interacting with them can be just as entertaining as fighting enemies. It's a game that respects your intelligence, rewards curiosity, and somehow manages to balance epic storytelling with moments that make you grin or chuckle quietly to yourself.
Ugh, I'm dripping.
Days Gone drops you into a world that's quiet, tense, and surprisingly emotional. Riding across Oregon on your motorcycle, scavenging for supplies, or facing hordes of freakers, there's this constant feeling that danger could be around any corner, but in a way that keeps you on edge, not stressed. Deacon's journey is about more than survival. It's about loss, loyalty, and trying to find meaning in a broken world. The open world feels alive, from small towns to forests full of wildlife, and moments of calm like sitting by a fire at night make the chaos hit even harder. It's a game that mixes heart, adrenaline, and just enough humor to keep you invested in every mile you ride. Monster Hunter World is pure adrenaline and satisfaction wrapped into one massive living ecosystem. Hunting gigantic, beautifully designed monsters can feel intense, especially when you and your team, or even just you, solo coordinate attacks, dodge, and strategize. But it's not all chaos. There's a rhythm to exploring lush forests, deserts, and ancient ruins, tracking creatures, and discovering hidden secrets. Each hunt tells a small story, whether it's a lucky capture, a narrow escape, or finally taking down a monster that's been giving you trouble for hours. The gear progression, the weapons, the sheer scale of everything. It's rewarding, immersive, and somehow keeps you coming back for just one more hunt. Until 3 hours later, you realize it's way past midnight. No Man's Sky is one of those games that constantly surprises you, even years after release. You start with a single spaceship on a random planet, and before you know it, you're hopping between thousands of unique worlds, discovering alien creatures and building bases that feel like your own little corner of the universe. Exploration is the heart of the game. You never know what you'll find around the next mountain or behind the next asteroid field. And the updates over time have added so much depth, from multiplayer adventures to new storylines, making it feel alive and ever-expanding. It's calming, exciting, sometimes lonely, and always strangely magical, like the universe itself is inviting you to just keep wandering. Death Stranding is one of those games that makes you think differently about what gaming can be. You play as Sam, carrying cargo across a fractured, hauntingly beautiful world, and at first it feels slow. But then you realize every step matters. The sense of connection leaving paths, structures, and supplies for other players turns even solitude into something strangely emotional. The story is mysterious, sometimes heavy, sometimes quietly touching, and the landscapes are breathtaking enough to make you pause just to take them in. It's contemplative, challenging, and oddly relaxing at the same time, giving you moments of tension, wonder, and sometimes even a little laugh at the absurdity of carrying a refrigerator across mountains.
Oh no. I'm so sorry.
Yakuza. Like a Dragon is a wild ride that somehow balances serious drama with absurd, hilarious moments that make you grin out loud. You step into Ichiban Kasuga's shoes, navigating the criminal underworld, building friendships, and dealing with problems that range from life or death fights to a guy in a giant robot costume riding a shopping cart. The turn-based combat feels fresh and strategic, and the city of Yokohama is alive with side quests, quirky characters, and little stories that stick with you. It's emotional, funny, and full of surprises, giving you a mix of heart and chaos that makes every hour feel memorable and genuinely fun.
Cool. You're gonna get stomped. You sure you want to get hurt?
And there you have it, 20 masterpiece single-player games you can't miss. Each one of these worlds offers something unique, whether it's a story that hits you in the feels, exploration that makes you pause and just look around, or gameplay that keeps you coming back for more. Some will challenge you, some will surprise you, and some will just make you feel alive in a way only gaming can. If you've played any of these, drop a comment and let me know which ones left the biggest impression on you. And if you haven't, maybe this list gave you a few new adventures to dive into. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more gaming journeys, and I'll see you in the next one.